If you are based in the UK and would like to enjoy freshly batch roasted coffee delivered to your door, visit vitalcoffee.co.uk and use the coupon code Mr. Freaky Story to get 10% off on all products. I will leave a link in the description below. Hello there. My name is Jason, and right now, I don't know what to do. I recently graduated from high school. I didn't feel like going to college, and instead found a job one town over. After finding a home, I packed up my stuff and said goodbye to my parents and left. For the sake of the story, I'm not going to tell you the name of the town, but when I got here, I saw people watching me nervously as I pulled up to my house. When I got out and started unpacking, I didn't notice a man was sneaking up behind me until I felt a tap on my shoulder. I turned around and saw a guy standing there. He looked to be the same size as me and didn't seem to be much older than me either. He was wearing a red hat. He smiled and said, "Sorry if I scared you. My name's Peter. I was coming over to greet you." I smiled and replied, "Well, my name's Jason. I just recently got a job in this town." Afterwards, he helped me with unpacking my stuff. When we finished, he gave me this serious look and said, "I almost forgot to tell you, this town has a rule. Nobody is allowed out once 9 p.m. hits. You have to stay inside until 6 a.m. I looked at him puzzled. "Why? What happens?" The serious look on his face changed to one of nervousness. Nothing, just curfew." Afterwards, he gave me his number and told me if I needed anything, just call, and then he left. I was still wondering why there was a curfew for everyone, but I ignored it, and I went back outside. I heard someone trying to get my attention. I looked over at my neighbor's house and saw this beautiful lady. She had brown hair and looked to be around the same age as me and walked up to me. "You must be my new neighbor. My name's Emily." She held out her hand and I quickly shook it. "Hi, my name's Jason." She looked over and back at me and asked me if anyone told me about the curfew. I quickly told her yes. "Good. I don't want anything happening to someone as good looking as you," I replied. "Thanks, but why is there a curfew for everyone here?" Her face also changed to a nervous one. "The mayor just thought it would be good if everyone had a curfew after what happens past 9 p.m. "Wait, what happens?" She had an even more nervous face now. I said too much," and then walked back into her house. I was even more confused what happens past 9. I brushed it off and went back into my house. Around 8:30 p.m, I finished my dinner and I decided to go to bed, until I noticed it was almost 9 p.m, remembering what I was told. I decided to listen and not go out until I noticed the red hat. "Peter must have left it here by mistake," I said to myself. I called Peter after a while. He picked up. Hello? Hey, Peter. It's me, Jason, just calling to let you know you left your red hat here. Just wanted to know if you wanted me to bring it back. He replied with a shocked voice. No, I'll come over tomorrow and, please don't go outside. You might not make it back in time for curfew. I was wondering why he seemed so scared on the other end. Oh, come on, what's the worst that could happen? And what he said scared me. You could die if you're out there past 9. Just stay home. I just stood there frozen. And before I could say anything else, he hung up. I was going to die? I was confused, so I went over to my neighbor's house and knocked on a door. I heard scattering on the other side, and then the door opened. Jason, what are you doing outside? You need to get back inside. It's not safe. I replied with, What's going on in this town? I was just told that I would die being out past 9. She pulled me in a house and slammed the door. I should have told you. There's something out there that will kill anything it sees, and it only comes out at 9 p.m. I laughed. So wait, you're telling me you guys believe in some creature that comes out and hunts anyone it finds? What are we talking about here, a werewolf? Even though I found humor in the situation, I could see she had a serious face. But before I could say anything, I heard someone banging on the door, let me in. I ran over to the door, but Emily grabbed me. Don't open it. I shrugged her arm off and looked out her window and saw a guy standing out there with a nervous face. Please, I locked myself out of my house and no one else will let me in. I was going to go over and open the door until I saw him turn around and his face went pale. I looked over and saw this thing walking over it. And when I got a good look, I froze. This thing looked to be at least 7 feet tall and was very white. It had no hair, no nose, and not even any ears. It had shadow eyes, and its smile was large. It revealed its sharp teeth and then stretched out its arms, which were hanging down to its legs, revealing large sharp nails. Grabbing the man, it pulled him closer and shoved his tongue on his throat. I wanted to scream, but I couldn't. When this thing pulled its tongue out of him, I saw it had the guy's heart, and I saw blood pouring out of the guy's mouth. The creature started eating him until there was not a stain of the man left. Afterwards, it looked over at me. I closed the blinds and walked backwards, slowly, and then Emily told me to slowly walk upstairs. It started banging on the door, trying to get in, and after we got upstairs to a room, she locked the door, telling me we should be safe. That was until we heard a door break open. My heart stopped. We heard the thing downstairs running around and breaking stuff, trying to find us. When we heard it coming up the stairs, she grabbed me and put me in a closet and told me to stay quiet. I did as she told me. She then grabbed her bat and closed the closet door. The thing started banging on a door until I heard it break it open. I peeked out. She swung at it, but it grabbed and then sliced her throat open with its sharp claws. She fell on the floor holding her throat, trying to crawl away from it, but it grabbed her leg and dragged her away. I just stayed there not moving. I couldn't believe what I witnessed. I blame myself for Emily's death. If I had just stayed at my house and followed the rules, she would be alive. I stayed there until morning, and then I finally left a closet. I saw the trail of blood leading out of her house and saw the damage the creature left to her house. Afterwards, I called the police. You hear me now. This was a burglary. Because what happens in this town stays in this town. I don't know if I should leave this town or what.